been the vital service you depend on daily for your electric, cable, and internet needs, and we hope to provide you even more information and benefits through Facebook and Twitter. Join us today. We are your Glasgow EPB, bringing you the future faster.
Well, good Wednesday morning, everybody. We are at 7 minutes after the 6 o'clock hour, and glad to have you along on the live and local 6 o'clock morning edition. A lot of news to report to you today, but first things first, we got to start off the hour sending out some wishes here. How about we start off with the big birthday going out to Miss Anita Scott today. Tiffany Armstrong. Hey, Tiffany, since it's early, why don't we sound the 30 gong for you. That's Tiffany Armstrong today. Chloe Clark with a birthday. Ed Bartley celebrates today. Husband and wife Bill and Nan Dearman. Shirley Ross, Carrie Taylor, Ryan Jones, Heather Baroob. It's Janice Masden, Sally Elms, Sheila Logan, Mason Dunbar, all with birthdays today. Anniversaries for Rick and Beverly Harbison and Larry and Donna Williams with an anniversary today, too. 651-9149-800-956-1023. Online here at WCLUradio.com. We're going to prepare for a nice day here in South Central Kentucky, albeit some cooler weather and maybe some moisture coming in late in the day. Ray Stajic has it all shored up for us as we prepare for this Wednesday weather-wise.
Disturbance coming in from the west, already bringing wet weather back into the forecast here as we head on through today. There's more rain in the forecast tomorrow night and on into early Friday. I think that's when we get a little bit more rain than we'll get today. And then some chillier weather coming in for Saturday. Then we go back up, then we go back down as we get into early next week. And still the mention of snowflakes in the forecast by around Tuesday. So some showers scattered around today, mostly first half of the day, cloudy this afternoon, 52. Tonight, some passing clouds down to a colder 35. Tomorrow, partly to mostly cloudy, 55. Then our next stronger system approaches as we head on through tomorrow night. Showers in the evening, evolving into a more steady rain as we go through the overnight hours, 40 degrees. Friday, cloudy with rain in the morning and highs in the upper 40s. Then the colder air spills in for Saturday, a few clouds, highs low 40s, partly cloudy and low 50s on Sunday. Showers Monday, rain and snow showers possible on Tuesday. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, a Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Constant coverage. The studio radar screen this morning shows a few blips on the radar in far west Kentucky. Nothing that's causing anybody any trouble, but still moisture is out there, and it looks like it's going to be here for a while, off and on, as the weather gets cooler. Humidity at 85%, barometer at 30.13. Not much wind out of the northeast at about 1 mile an hour, and no rain in the past 24 hours. 48 degrees at 6:09. Local news. Stand by for a review of yesterday's election results in just a moment.
At U.S. Bank, we're proud to be part of our community. All of our great community events inspire more than just the attendees. They inspire the entire community. U.S. Bank is committed to making the communities in which we work and live a better place. Our commitment means supporting the programs and organizations that enrich the quality of life for our neighbors. Because when our community succeeds, everyone wins. All of us serving you. U.S. Bank, member FDIC.
Super voter turnout yesterday. Lots to talk about. Wes, we're going to you in the newsroom, sir.
Yes, I thought what we would do today is just kind of go back and review what an exciting night last night was. We had pretty much every candidate came by, and we have a lot to talk about and a lot of different races. So I thought what we would do is kind of go through that and talk about each race and share some of those interviews that we had from last night.
That's fine.
So we start with the first race, which was the state representative race, which probably was the largest margin of victory in any of the races that we covered last night. But in Barron County, Steve Riley had 10,899 votes versus LaToya Drake's 4,238 votes. And I think what you saw there was you had the Republican Party and Steve Riley, you know, that they are the party in power right now. And then you also had somebody that in LaToya Drake, who I was very happy that ran a very good race because of the fact that she is a minority. She's an African-American woman, and I feel like we need to see more people like that getting involved in the process. But Steve Riley did come by for comments after the election, and we'll play those comments for you now.
Really enjoyed the last 2 years, having an opportunity to represent the people of the 23rd District, and I look forward to the next 2 years.
There's been some challenging issues in your time up there, Steve. Talk a little bit about how you expect things to go the next two.
Well, that's going to be interesting. I can't imagine that it would be as interesting as the last 2 years were, but we'll see. We're going to have a meeting the 29th and 30th and kind of go over the agenda for what we're looking to do in the upcoming session.
Tell me just what it means to you to be able to go back up there and represent the people of Berrien County for a second time.
Well, I feel very honored. I mean, to win again and to win by that margin. I just appreciate the fact that people have support me so much, and it means a lot. It means a lot to have a chance to represent an area that I love so much.
Congratulations, Steve.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it.
That's Steve Riley going back to his to Frankfort as the state representative of the 23rd District.
All right, now let's look at the jailers race. We have Aaron Bennett.
All right, so that was Steve Riley there commenting after he had gotten word that he was going to win that race. And then we move on to the Berrien County Attorney's race, which, Dad, I think everybody would say that one was closer than anybody expected. Would you say?
It was a very close race indeed. You had two excellent candidates who worked very, very hard. But in the end, when they were all counted, Catherine Thomas becomes the new Berrien County attorney. You want to talk about those numbers?
Yes. That race was decided by less than 200 votes. It was Catherine Thomas' 5,436 votes to Mike Richardson's 5,258 votes. And, of course, seeing Catherine in the WCLU studios sort of brings back bittersweet memories from 2016 where we thought she was the winner for the district judge race, and we find out later that it was after the official numbers come in that she was not the winner. And it looked very much to be a close race all night last night, and so it was just whether you voted for her or not, it was good to see her happy after having to go through that the last time around.
Indeed.
So let's see her comments from last night.
Thank you very much.
You got a little company here.
Make sure she was involved in this too. I think it has been a group effort, and she's been right by my side through, all of the campaigning. And what a joy for a young child to get to see this experience, and for her get to see the good side of politics instead of how ugly it can seem to be sometimes on TV. And I'm just so proud of all of our local candidates for running clean races. I'm especially grateful to my opponent, Mike, for running the kind of race that, we're proud to show our children.
Why did you want this position, Catherine?
It's really quite simple when it comes down to it. I do love Berrien County. I think that the position of Berrien County Attorney, because it has so many varied responsibilities, just gives you the opportunity to really touch and affect people's lives throughout the county. And you're not just dealing with people who are charged with criminal offenses, but you're also dealing with people who are, struggling to help their elderly parents out and manage their affairs. You're helping get children out of an unsafe environment. You're just helping in so many ways. And I think that the Berrien County Attorney's position, maybe more so than any other in the judicial system or the legal system locally, affects more people here locally in our county than any other position, and that part of the job speaks to my heart a great deal.
So that was Catherine Thomas, the winner of the Berrien County Attorney's race. And then we also heard from the person she defeated, Republican Mike Richardson. Again, we said a very surprising but well-run race there in that a guy who's not from here, who married a Glasgow girl. And even Bobby Richardson, who's a Democrat, says, son, you've got a future in politics. And I think a very nice race run by Mike Richardson. Let's hear his comments from after that race last night.
Okay.
Disappointed, obviously, with the outcome, but tell me what this campaign's been like for you.
It's been incredible. First, I want to thank my wife and my son. They had to endure a lot of nights that I'd either show up late or couldn't spend a lot of time with them like I usually could doing this campaign. I started this over a year ago, and if you would have asked me a year ago if I would have come within 300 votes of winning, I would have thought you were crazy. It's funny, it ended in Park City because I started in Park City doing door-to-door a year ago. Throughout the year I did that. And, I knew going into it I was going to be behind. I gave it my all. And the main thing is, when I started getting out and speaking to people and going to these different places, telling them that, at the county attorney's office that, was trying to hold repeat offenders accountable, prosecute those prescription drug DUIs, and hold those abusers accountable, and take a stand on violence against women. I think that really resonated with a lot of people. But I've been so glad to meet people throughout this campaign. I mean, I didn't know how I'd feel right now, but I feel great. I gave it my all. At the end of the day, it wasn't good enough. I sent a text to Catherine, we're friends at the end of the day. Congratulations to her, and it was a good race.
So that was Mike Richardson commenting after conceding that victory to Catherine Thomas. Next up, we'll move to the jailer's race, Dad. And again, you have another guy here who runs a really good race who's not from here, and Aaron Bennett, but is well known being on various sides of law enforcement. His resume includes being presidential detail security on for the President of the United States. And a guy who's really likable, a guy who has a really good personality versus a guy like Tracy Bellamy, who's been a great jailer and learned from one of the best jailers we ever had in Matt Mutter, and continues those programs today. And I know that he'll go to work today, Tracy will, and he'll work just as hard as he did yesterday because he just does a good job. But the people said Aaron Bennett. These are his comments from last night.
Sorry. Okay. Hey, this is all on the fly, man. Live radio. You know how it is. That's right. But, Aaron, boy, congratulations. Thanks. Big win for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
What's it mean to you that the folks came out in the numbers they did for you?
It's very humbling. I mean, I don't even have words to express my feelings right now. I mean, I'm just so amazed. It's been a long year. It's been a long year. Of course, I don't know everybody in Barron County, not being originally from here, but I've served here for, many years now, being from the north to the south, the east to the west, and I've been very blessed to be all over Barron County and get to meet everybody that I could.
How do you feel like your time in law enforcement has prepared you for the jailer's position?
That's all it's done. Between the military and law enforcement, I believe with the structure of my lifestyle and the discipline, we're going to be very, very successful at the jail, and we're going to keep pushing forward everything that Matt Mutter and Tracy Bellamy has built over the last few years. We're going to keep pushing forward.
Got some folks you want to thank?
First of all, I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. That's the most important. Thank everybody that came out and voted, especially my family. My mom back home is always my biggest fan, and my wife here. So I just want to thank all my family.
Congratulations, Aaron.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So that was Aaron Bennett, who is going to be the next Barron County jailer, who is elected after Tracy Bellamy was appointed when his predecessor, Matt Mutter, retires.
And we yesterday said on our broadcast, the winners, the voters of Barron County, with so many excellent choices at the polls, and in that particular race, 2 excellent choices for jailer.
Just under 15,000 votes in Barron County cast in that race. You had 8,350 votes for Aaron Bennett, with Tracy Bellamy receiving 6,641 votes.
Yes.
So that's what we have so far. We'll pause and come back and look at some of the city races that affect just the city of Glasgow when we come back here on WCLU Local News.
Okay.
It just takes one look at the new facility at 1300 West Main Street, and you can tell the People's Bank is growing. And that's because we have great customers who know a thing or two about growth. And what they'll all tell you is, well, the best growth strategy has always been hard work. That's why when it came time for Jerry Anderson to expand his cattle operation, he trusted the growth of his herd to the People's Bank, who worked hard to find the unique solutions to fit his needs. Experience what growth can be like with the People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather round your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility. None of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Who will be the future face of Pettigo Lessenberry?
You've worked really hard for, so why not give them the protection they deserve? Call State Farm agent Mike Bryant in Glasgow at 270-651-3608.
622 at WCLU. Ray Stajic says get ready for some moisture to move in here and some cooler weather to come in as well. We'll check in with Ray in just a few moments. Back to the Newsroom West. We're reviewing the results from yesterday's November general election.
That's right. As we continue with our election recap this morning, we move to the City of Glasgow races where you are going to have a new mayor in Glasgow for the second time in 2 elections. A one-term mayor does not get the incumbency there, and so what you had was in just typical Dick Doty style, who was very humble, who was very gracious, and well grounded in defeat, expressing that ultimately it's about the people of Glasgow. And so we'll play those comments from Mayor Doty, who this race was decided in 114 votes. Dick Doty received 2,101 votes versus Harold M.D. Armstrong's 2,215 votes. But again, we'll hear from Dick Doty now in his comments last night.
But I could say that you're not tickled with the end result.
That's perfectly fine. Like you say, Henry, you certainly wanted to see that your entire community came out and supported whomever the winner was. So I think that was pretty decisive. We had a good representation from the community. So I'd like to thank my wife and my family and close friends for 4 difficult years, 4 years of continual support. Thank them for that. I'd like to thank those folks that voted for me, and I would respectfully ask that they now support Mayor Armstrong. There's no reason for this community to be divided. This is too fine a community, and I'm going to continue to call it home and support Mayor Armstrong, and I would ask everyone else to do the same.
As a mayor, you never, regardless of had you been reelected or if you are going to be ending your term, you're never finished with what you've got started. And you've got to be pulling for not just from the mayor's perspective, but you've got 12 council members who hopefully have bought into what you've been trying to do and can take it to the next level.
That's very true, Henry. I'm pleased with the work that we've accomplished in the last 4 years. I'm very excited about the path that the city council is going on, that our community is going on. With the improvements, we've seen great growth here in our downtown area especially, and throughout the community. Our industrial development is going strong. So again, I think we're in a very good position.
Dick, thank you for coming by, and thank you for running a good, hard race, and thank you for your service for the past 4 years. It's made a difference.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the kind words.
Okay, yes.
That was Glasgow Mayor Dick Doty in defeat. Again, that race decided by 114 votes. Your winner and new Glasgow mayor for the next term is Harold M.D. Armstrong, a guy who spent 18 years on the Glasgow City Council, many of those years serving on the Finance Committee, and just a guy who was really qualified to be mayor of Glasgow. And with a lot of the different various concerns that people were expressing, I felt like Harold just kind of wanted to listen and said, okay, you got a problem, we'll try to fix that. And here is Harold's comments from last night.
I know you must be awfully excited.
I'm excited and I'm thrilled that everybody got out and voted, and everybody that voted for me knows what's coming. They're all going to have to be involved. We're going to bring everybody together. Everybody's going to be part of this next vision for Glasgow. So we're going to call on everybody out in the public to get in and work, and hopefully we can make some things be better for the majority of the people in Glasgow, and that's our goal, and that's what we plan on doing.
How do you plan to do that, Harold? How do you plan to bring folks together?
Well, first we're going to have town hall meetings in different sections of Glasgow and find out what those citizens think they need, what they want, and we're going to basically get everybody on the same page, pulling in the same direction. We're going to take care of our city employees, our policemen, our fire department. We're going to get everybody excited about making things better in Glasgow. And with everybody together, this can be a goal that can be attained. But we've got to have the help of everybody, not just the council, not just me, not just IDEA, but everybody in the city limits of Glasgow plus Barron County. Because if we do good, Barron County will do good. Barron County does good, Glasgow will do good. So we've got to all pull together to make this work.
I bet you got a lot of people you want to thank, don't you, Harold?
I couldn't go over everybody, probably about 2,000. But I've had probably 30 or 40 or 50 people that pushed me to run to begin with, and some of them are to the point to where they're almost house-ridden. But their calls and their urging on, it's basically, I thought when I got off the council 4 years ago that I had done my fair share and I was done, but I received call after call after call after I got off the city council. You know, what do we need to do about this? What do we need to do about that? And I felt like that I could make a difference. So that's the reason that I ended up running, and hopefully with everybody's help, 4 years from now we'll be standing here and there'll be a lot of people a lot better off than they are tonight.
Congratulations.
That's new Glasgow Mayor Harold M.D. Armstrong. Again, that race decided by 114 votes.
Very tight race indeed, and it's good that folks get out to make their preference known, because it does make a difference. Your vote does count in several races. We have proven that from last night, Wes.
And of course, as always, your Glasgow City Council race very tight again last night, but 12 of 19 make the cut. And we had several of those individuals who came by the studios to speak to their constituents last night on EPB6 and on the radio. And the first of those was a guy who is no stranger to the public eye, and that is Terry Bunnell. Here are his comments.
What a race. What are you feeling right now?
Well, I'm excited about it. I'm really overwhelmed by it. I'm humbled by it. I'm thankful that God's given me the opportunity to participate in this, and I pray for His give me the strength and courage and the wisdom to serve the citizens of Glasgow. So I'm really excited, ready to go to work for the citizens of Glasgow.
What do you enjoy most about this campaign?
Well, it's getting out and talking with people and learning what's on the minds of the citizens of Glasgow. I mean, there's a lot of people, the majority of the people, believe in Glasgow and the direction Glasgow is going, but they're looking for something else. They're looking for us to take us to the next level. They're looking for planning. They're looking for where's our future? Where are we going to be in 5, 10, 20 years from now? We're talking about a lot about jobs, about our local economy.
Terry, congratulations.
Well, thank you very much. I'm very excited about this. Look forward to going to work.
Glad to have you. Thank you.
Terry Bunnell, a new Glasgow City Council member in what I believe was his first run at that position.
That's right, yes.
Then you have a guy who's no stranger to the Glasgow City Council, but has been for the last 2 years, and that's Joe Trigg, who in 2016 entered into the Democratic primary for state representative, lost that race to Danny Basil, who also lost to Steve Riley in the general election. But he was in the House last night, as well as the #1 vote getter, James Neal, and they just actually happened to be back-to-back, so we'll play those interviews now.
We've got Joe Trigg, who is back on the Glasgow City Council. Congratulations, Joe.
All right. I'd just like to thank the people for their support, and I'm looking forward to being back on the council.
What are you looking forward to working on the most, Joe?
Well, whatever the issues are, we'll approach them with a logical and maybe straightforward sense and see where we end up.
Why did you decide you want to get back on the council?
As usual, a lot of people was asking me to do something.
All right. Congratulations.
All right. Thanks.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for coming by, Joe.
Oh, he's got one more thing.
This is for Joe Richardson. I felt like a balloon in a porcupine factory.
For Bobby Richardson, he made it.
You're doing good. Here, James Happy Neal's in here. You want to get him on there?
Sure. Come on up, James.
Waiting for, because I didn't see Park City come back down the hallway.
All right. Congratulations, James, top vote getter.
Yes, thank you, Joe. I'm just blessed that everybody believe in me, that I'm doing the right thing for the citizens of Glasgow. So I'm humble.
How do you feel like your role will change on the council here in the next 2 years, James? What do you feel like you guys are going to have to really focus on?
I don't think our role is going to change. I think we need to focus on, jobs and higher paying jobs for people and stuff, and bring industry in here to keep our workplace here. Everybody's going to Bowling Green to work, so we try to get them back here, So that's the main thing we need to focus on.
You've run several campaigns now, James. Are they getting any easier?
No, never. It's always nerve-wracking, you know. So I'm just glad everybody supports me and I support them. So
congratulations.
Thank you.
That's James Neal back on the city council. He was the top vote getter.
So again, that's James Neal, top vote getter, and then you have a newcomer, first time she run as well, and Sherry Eubank, who was also there last night to give her comments. We'll hear those now.
Sherry, what's it mean for you to be on the council? Oh, there you go. I know you've been standing over there for a while. What's it mean to you to be on the council now?
It is just an amazing feeling to have so many people go out and vote for me, to give me the chance to come in and make changes and let me be your voice. And I've told you in the past I will listen and I'll do the best I can. I want to thank God and thank everybody that was important enough to get out and vote and give me this opportunity, and I'll just do the best that I can.
We appreciate you waiting around for us. Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Sherry Eubank on the city council now.
Joe Myers interviewing the Sherry Eubank, who finished 11th in the voting. Here's how it rounded out, Dan.
Okay.
Number 1 vote getter, as we said, James Neal. Number 2 was Brad Gross. Number 3 and 4 tied were Patrick Gauntz and Freddie Norris. The number 5 vote getter was Joe Trigg. Number 6 was Terry Bunnell. Number 7, Chastity Lowry. Number 8, Marlon Witcher. Number 9, Wendell Honeycutt. Number 10, Marna Kirkpatrick. Number 11, as I said, Sherry Eubank. And rounding out the 12th member of the Glasgow City Council for the next 2-year term is Gary Norman, a local banker here. Now, there were 19 candidates, 2 of which are currently sitting on the Glasgow City Council. Coming in 13th, just missing out on the re-election, was Greg Harris. And then also coming in 15th was Gary Oliver, who will not be on the council in the next 2-year term. Also, number 14 was Libby Short. Number 16, Harold Carmack. Number 17 was Corey Jones. Number 18, Jeff Jaggers. And number 19, Stephen Greenwood. So that is a wrap of the city races that we have. In the 7 o'clock hour, we'll go over the various county races that we had to talk about, as well as the family court judge. So that's what we have in the way of election recap so far.
Lots to digest from last night. Big voter turnout. We're going to try to get some percentages. It's got to be close to 50%. Hopefully we can talk to Miss Joanne London, who did a fabulous job as our county court clerk, and a fabulous job along with her lieutenants up there running yesterday's election. Maybe we can get those numbers and other information too, Wes, as we try to get our arms around what was indeed a huge local election. All right?
All right.
6:34. Let's check in with K&N with a synopsis of the way statewide results happened yesterday.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Jaleesa Chapman. Losing Democratic House candidate Amy McGrath in Kentucky's 6th District is calling for an end to the heated rhetoric.
And it won't stop until we have leaders and candidates who refuse to play to our fears and divide us.
McGrath called for a change in tone as she conceded to incumbent Republican Andy Barr.
We have to come to grips with the overheated rhetoric that has dominated our political conversation and badly divides us as a nation.
Kentucky's 6th congressional race was considered a high-stakes race as Democrats fought for control of the House of Representatives. At least 9 current or former teachers have won seats in the Kentucky legislature 8 months after educators closed nearly 24 school districts to protest changes to their pension system. At least 36 current or former teachers were on the ballot. Kim Davis loses her bid to keep her job as Rowan County Clerk.
Democrat Elwood Cottle Jr. defeated Davis by a comfortable margin. Davis went to jail in 2015 for refusing to issue marriage licenses after same-sex marriage became legal. Cottle has sought to downplay the marriage license controversy while promising he will treat everyone equally. The race was a rematch of the 2014 Democratic primary, where Davis beat Cottle by 23 votes. Davis later switched parties because she said the Democratic Party abandoned her. She ran as a Republican, seeking a second 4-year term to a job that pays her about $80,000 a year. I'm Suzanne Duval.
The Kentucky Wildcats start their basketball season with a loss to Duke. Third-ranked Duke crushed second-ranked Kentucky 118-84 in the Champions Classic in Indianapolis last night. It's Kentucky's worst loss under head coach John Calipari. I'm Jaleesa Chapman.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance. Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50+ years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
This is WCLU Local News, 637, 48 degrees. Remember, next hour we'll come back and review more election returns from yesterday. We'll look at the county races and have more information as far as the election results from yesterday here on WCLU's Live and Local Morning Edition. In area funeral announcements at this hour, Joseph Thomas Joe Coleman, 78, of Glasgow, died Monday at NHC Healthcare. Joe was always actively involved in the agriculture community, and he was a member of 4-H and FFA while in school. After graduating from Hinesville High School, he attended the University of Kentucky. After college, he spent his life as a farmer and an implement dealer. He, along with his brother Jerry, were the co-founders of J&J Sales in Glasgow. He was a member of the Equipment Dealers Association and a member of the Bear Wallow Church of Christ. Survivors include a nephew, Jay Coleman, his wife Rochelle, and their children Abigail and Adeline Coleman, a niece Mary Vickery, her children Emily and Mindy Vickery, and her granddaughter Rayleigh Whitty, and sister-in-law Linda Thompson Coleman. Services for Joseph Thomas Joe Coleman will be at 10 o'clock on Thursday morning at the Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home. Visitation will begin from 4 until 8 today at the funeral home. Burial will be in the Hinesville Cemetery. Alternate expressions of sympathy can be made in the form of donations to the St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. Alvine Wilkerson, age 82, of Munfordville, died Tuesday at Hard Memorial Hospital. Mrs. Wilkerson was a member of the Munfordville Baptist Church. She is survived by 6 daughters, Patricia Brown and husband Wendell, Mary Phyllis Rock, Pamela Lane and husband Ronnie, Cheryl Bruton and husband Gary, all of Munfordville, Linda Faye Bryant and husband Sandy of Hardyville, and Willa Mae Wilkerson of Indiana, a brother William Thomas Bill Wilkerson Jr. and wife Sherry of Indiana, and a sister Linda Jean Sanders of Munfordville. Service for Alvine Wilkerson will be at 1 o'clock on Thursday at Seago Funeral Home, burial in the Mount Beulah Cemetery. Visitation begins at noon today and continues tomorrow at the Seago Funeral Home. Services for Lauren Ann Rich, age 25, of Bowling Green, will be at 2 o'clock Wednesday at the Patton Funeral Home's Brownsville Chapel, interred to be in the Kinzer Cemetery. Service for Glenna Nadine Blair, age 88, of Brownsville, will be today at 1 at Grayville Funeral Home, burial to follow in the Holly Springs Cemetery. Services for Kevin Darren Rosser, 48, of Cub Run, will be today at 1 o'clock at Macedonia United Baptist Church. Burial will follow in the church cemetery with the Seago Funeral Home in charge. Services for Robert E. Miller, age 63, of Horse Cave, will be today at 9:30 at 390 Irvin Cemetery Road in Horse Cave. Burial in the Clearview Cemetery. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day, free online, WCLUradio.com. No login is necessary.
Find the next great piece for your home at Barren River Consignment, where the inventory is designed to provide something for everyone. Affordable household items from mid-century to home decor, including furniture, artwork, dinnerware, glassware, and more. Each piece is cleaned and polished to ensure the highest quality to become the perfect fit for your home. Barren River Consignment also offers estate and tag sale services. Shop for style without breaking the bank. Barren River Consignment, located on L. Rogers Wells Boulevard in Glasgow.
A bountiful harvest is proof that hard work does pay off. Ken Davis Produce is also proof that driving just another 90 seconds past Donnelly's in Glasgow is a payoff in the quality you see and taste. And folks around here can taste the difference. Ken Davis Produce is next to the Farmers Livestock Market. They have fall items now, like pumpkins in various shapes, colors, and sizes, and mums too. It's like a farmer's market that's open every day, but Sunday, of course, 8 to 5, 6 days a week. If you like things old-fashioned way, you're going to love Ken Davis Produce, out 68 and 80, just past the Livestock Market.
Extreme Prosthetics understands that when it comes to comfort and function, not all prosthetic devices are made the same. A properly fitted prosthesis can allow you to walk naturally without daily pain and discomfort. Extreme Prosthetics works with your physician and insurance company to help you get the comfort and function you deserve. Don't let your current discomfort and lack of mobility discourage you. Call the experts at Extreme Prosthetics today for a better, more comfortable life.
642 WCLU, 48 degrees. Weather's going to cool up, and we got some moisture here in the neighborhood. Let's get Ray's take on it here.
Some showers scattered around today, mostly first half of the day, cloudy this afternoon, 52. Tonight, some passing clouds down to a colder 35. Tomorrow, partly to mostly cloudy, 55. Then our next, a stronger system approaches as we head on through tomorrow night. Showers in the evening, evolving into a more steady rain as we go through the overnight hours, 40 degrees. Friday, cloudy with rain in the morning and highs in the upper 40s. Then the colder air spills in for Saturday, a few clouds, highs low 40s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, a Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Got some light showers in West Kentucky, a little bit of heavier shower activity out to the west of, let's see, that's over about Hopkinsville on down into the Jackson Purchase area of the state. Not a lot of moisture, but it's out there. We had really just a trace of precip yesterday. It all came way before sunrise yesterday. Looks like the barometer is rising again at 3013, 85% humidity, northeast winds at about a mile an hour. And downtown we have 48 WCLU.
As temperatures begin to go down, warm up the Kentucky way with a nice glass of bourbon. Barren River Beverages has just been voted best liquor store with the best selection of beer and wine in Barren County. We specialize in over 300 unique and rare bourbons, plus a wide selection of wines and over 400 domestic and craft beers. Barren River Beverages is located off exit 14 of the Cumberland Parkway, offering weekly wine and bourbon tastings and a large selection of holiday gift-giving ideas. 1668 Burkesville Road in Glasgow.
It just takes one look at the new facility at 1300 West Main Street, and you can tell the People's Bank is growing. And that's because we have great customers who know a thing or two about growth. And what they'll all tell you is, well, the best growth strategy has always been hard work. That's why when it came time for Jerry Anderson to expand his cattle operation, he trusted the growth of his herd to the People's Bank, who worked hard to find the unique solutions to fit his needs. Experience what growth can be like with the People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Homes.com.
Thank you, Earn Dog. It's 644 WCLU, 48 degrees, and we have birthdays. And Ralphie's Fun Center has an idea of how to celebrate them because, they are always coming up with the next idea in the way of fun at Ralphie's Fun Center. They have put on some big-time parties for special folks. Whether you just want a little intimate gathering or whether you want a big place to have a big time, Ralphie's Fun Center is on top of things out there. Talk to them and tell them what you'd like to accomplish, and they'll help you accomplish it for sure. Let's see, I got to double check and make sure that we have Tiffany Armstrong on the list right here. Tiffany, we understand, is turning 30 today. Mason Dunbar with a birthday. It's Sheila Logan, Sally Elms, Janice Masden, Heather Baroob, I hope I'm saying that name. Heather Baroob has a birthday today. Mr. Ryan Jones, Mr. Gary Taylor. It's Shirley Ross with a birthday today. We have a husband and wife birthday tag team today. Yes, we do. It is the birthday of Bill Dearman and Bill's wife, Nan Dearman from today. It's Ed Bartley's birthday. Chloe Clark celebrates. Miss Anita Scott has a birthday today, too. Congratulations. And from an anniversary perspective, we have Rick and Beverly Harbison, Larry, and Donna Williams. Phone lines are open. In fact, they're ringing. We'll get on the list here, and you can let us know about honorees.
Got one for you.
Okay.
Betty McCoy.
Okay, Betty McCoy.
77 years young today.
All right. I'll jot that down there, okay?
Yep.
And we'll add that, and we'll come
she
back.
She volunteers somewhere. I cut them off whenever they tell me where she does.
Okay.
But a special shout-out to Betty.
All right. Well, we appreciate hearing from the folks who want to wish Betty a happy birthday today. Archives straight ahead.
Kenny's Farmhouse Cheese is offering you an opportunity to give the gift of home this weekend at their annual Christmas open house. You don't just shop. You get to take a tour of the facility where the world-famous cheese is made. Kenny's Farmhouse Cheese is located in Austin, Kentucky at 2033 Thomerson Park Road, where the Christmas open house will take place this Friday and Saturday, 10 until 4 each day. Sample gourmet cheeses and purchase ready-made gift selections of Kenny's Farmhouse Cheese. Give the gift of home this Christmas. Christmas open house is this weekend at Kenny's Farmhouse Cheese.
What's keeping you from giving your life and your time to God? What's keeping you from being really the type of prayerful person you ought to be? Is it because you just feel empty? Maybe you're physically tired. Maybe you're stressed out. Maybe you're discouraged due to something that somebody else has said. Well, our obligation to pray, our obligation to come before God in worship does not change simply because we don't feel like it. Our approach to God is not tied to how we feel. In fact, it's the weak and the heavy laden, the burdened, who so desperately need to come before Jesus Christ. Do you feel just empty? That's the very time to come. This has been Bart Warren for the South Green Street Church of Christ.
Don't wait for just one day of savings. You can get Black Friday savings all month long at Gilly Hyde. Choose from over 400 pre-owned vehicles, including a huge selection of over 100 pre-owned trucks from Ford, Chevy, Ram, Nissan, Toyota, and GMC. We also have huge doorbuster deals on new 2018 and 2019 Ford, Lincoln, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram vehicles, with up to $10,500 off the new 2018 Ford F-150, or up to $7,500 off the new 2018 Ford Explorer or Ram 2500. You can even get a brand new third-row seat Dodge Journey for as little as $20,585. We work with over 20 lenders to find you the financing that you need, no matter your credit situation. Visit us online at gillyhyde.com to see all these deals and more. Don't wait until Black Friday. Get doorbuster deals all month long at Gilly Hyde. And always remember,
come to the home of legendary service, Gilly Hyde.
See dealer for details.
48 degrees, WCLU. You just learned about a fine fellow having a birthday today, James Duff. James Duff is having a birthday. He used to be chief of police here for a while in the city of Glasgow, and he's just an all-around good guy, and some folks want to make sure that they know that on November the 7th, James Duff is having a birthday. Looks like you came back onto the screen.
I did, just letting you know, Mr. Sam Terry, local historian, is on the line ready to do the archives.
All right, we'll get into Sam here just in a second. I want to tell you today it's by special request Dr. Gary Hogan Day here on the radio. Now, let me give you the information that was submitted with the folks who turned in the application to get Dr. Gary Hogan good as gold. Says here it's his birthday, and he has never been honored for all of the good that he has done. And, of course, today's not his birthday. His birthday was back at the end of October. Sometimes it takes us a little while to get these things going. But nonetheless, I would say that's a very good statement. He has done a ton of good around here. And for his birthday, the folks who nominated Dr. Gary Hogan said that it was his birthday, and he's never been honored for all the good he has done. So let's try to make that up. Let him know he's good as gold from WCLU and a little taste of Texas. Okay, next, archives. We're going to go back in history, learn about some of the things that got us here. Today, the archives brought to you by Amedisys Home Health and by Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services.
Hello, I'm Stephanie Bewley with Amedisys Home Health Care. Here at Amedisys Home Health, we know it is important to you and your family to trust the healthcare professionals that you invite into your home. And we want you to know that you have a choice. If your doctor talks to you and your loved ones about home health, ask for Amedisys. We are a group of compassionate professionals who deliver the best care to our patients in their homes. With Amedisys, expect quality, patient-focused care you need and deserve. Amedisys Home Health with a hometown touch. For more information, call 270-651-7640.
15,000 inventory items, custom brake hoses while you wait, cylinder repair. Is there anything Joseph A. Wade can't do? Well, one thing's for sure, Joseph A. Wade Incorporated serves a large community of people who believe there's no job they can't do, and that's the same attitude Joseph A. Wade has in their line of work. So for the smallest screws, Allen wrenches, or drill bits, or even a 5-stage hydraulic cylinder measuring 25 feet in length, Joseph A. Wade's motto? No problem. Joseph A. Wade Incorporated, 311 Industrial Drive, Glasgow.
All right, 48 degrees, 651. Sam Terry, local historian, all about man about town. Glad to have you here on the radio with us this morning, Sam, as we go back 100 years and look at some of the things that got us where we are and things that we can be proud of, you know. And I folks who know Sam know he's not much of a braggart. But I'm going to tell you that yesterday it was a great crowd over at the Presbyterian Church for the Election Day luncheon. And I learned yesterday that delicious chicken salad that we had there actually was your sweet mother's recipe. Can I share that?
Yes, it was, and that's the Good Night Inn hot chicken salad casserole.
So you grew up on that, huh?
I did.
So that explains a lot, doesn't it? About how that you appreciate good food because, boy, every single bite. There was a lot of plates being scraped over there at the table yesterday. Folks trying to make sure they didn't leave any morsel, to run for the dishwasher to enjoy certainly Miss Martha Terry's Good Night Inn hot chicken salad. So I just wanted to explain that because I don't think I'd ever get you to tell anybody that, see? But now we know. And we're going to jump into the archives, okay?
All right.
100 years ago, 1918, things were happening fast around here. You know, you can tell in the early 1900s, we weren't used to being at war. This story in the Republican from 1918, it was Private Chris Watson, the son of Mr. and Ms. J.E. Watson of this place a few days ago. But a week before last, he became Corporal Watson. And then last week, Sam, he was made Sergeant Watson of Camp Taylor. It is might hard to hold a Glasgow boy down. Talk about zooming through the ranks. This Private Chris Watson, he was adding the pins to the uniform pretty fast.
He was indeed, and here tomorrow we're going to have a little bit more news out of his family, but we'll hold on to that because there's some special things to related to that. But the local people were excited, and it was nice to see Sergeant Watson moving up so quickly,
making a name for himself. 1920, and I've switched this around just a little bit because since we're doing election coverage today, I want to jump into some election coverage from 90 years ago. Of course, folks are looking at, right now we're looking at, there's all the news this morning is about the Democrats take over the House, Republicans maintain the Senate. Well, guess what? In 1928, the news was Solid South invaded by Republicans. So you don't think that's a new development, do you? Here in 1928, this was the story. Barron County swings into line with a 1,539 vote majority. Hoover and Curtis have won their fight by the most gigantic majorities in history. Not only have they won all the northern states, but they have won the South solid. And they have captured Florida and maybe Texas besides Kentucky, Tennessee, and Virginia. Kentucky has given Hoover a majority of 157,000 votes. That's big.
That's very big, and sets the stage for a lot of other things that will be happening in the future in the archives.
Yeah.
As those folks are in office and things maybe even beyond their control.
Yeah.
And how they reacted to them.
And, of course, as Edith Bunker sang, we could use a man like Herbert Hoover again. And he was strong back in 1928, for sure.
Goes to show you that really nothing is new. It's already happened before.
Right.
We just don't remember it.
It's all how we rehash it. But in the archives, we help folks remember it, see. All right, that takes care of that. Let me tell you about this story from fine folks down around Haywood, the Atnip family, but having some bad fortune here this day in 1938. Mr. Charlie Atnip this day had the misfortune of sticking a corn stalk in his eye while gathering corn. Now that hurts to read it, much less to experience it. It says here that Mr. Atnip was rushed to the doctor and is reported to be able to see out of his injured eye, but is in a lot of pain. I'll bet. Sticking a corn stalk in your eye. And we're hoping it will soon be well. And also from Haywood, Mrs. Judson Drain, Mrs. Joe Bailey, and Mrs. Evans Tracy called on Mrs. Charlie Atnip last Thursday afternoon and helped her finish her double wedding ring quilt. So I don't know whether they felt sorry for her because the husband had injured his eye or whether they just felt like that Miss Atnip needed some help, but they got it done. That's what neighbors do, you know.
They do.
And that's it's a part of our past that I don't think we necessarily practice as much as we should based on the way it used to be done, you know. 1948, big scouting news here. Scouting's top award, the Eagle Badge, awarded to Ted Simmons at a court of honor at the Glasgow Country Club Thursday night. Ted, who has been undergoing treatment at a Louisville hospital, was brought from there to be present for the ceremony. Now, Wilma Simmons, Ted's father, pinned the coveted badge on his son and also pinned a rose on Ted's mother. Merit badges were also presented to Freddie Flowers, Harold Matthews, Samuel Norris, Jimmy Miller, W.S. Everett, Richard Levacy, Jesse E. Bailey, Brent Dickinson III, Jim Palmore, and Henry Dickinson. Boy, there's some fine scouts in there, you think?
Absolutely. Wow.
And also the manager, Edward Lockwood of radio station WKAY, made a recording of the program. That was broadcast the next day. So scouting getting some good promotion, some good honor, and some good publicity here from 1948 with some big names that went on to continue to be big names in our community. You can see that scouting had a lot to do with that. This day in 1958, this was the story in the Glasgow Republican, and, I'm humble in the sense that I don't like to read stories about my family, but this one was in the paper. In 1958, Mr. and Mrs. Henry Hank Royce are rejoicing over the arrival of their second son, who made his arrival at Sampson Community Hospital, weighing in at 7 pounds 10 ounces. He has been named Samuel Bailey Royce in honor of the great-grandfather, the late Samuel Bailey, a venerable Etoile citizen. So there it is, the rest of the story. Of course, Sam was down here, one of our tabulators last night, helping out, and we always glad to have that. But that was in the Republican from 1958, the official announcement of his birth. And we officially...
he's always in the news.
Yeah, and we that's right. And we officially sounded the gong for his 60th birthday back on November the 1st. Also, we've got this day in 1968, Glasgow Baptist Church celebrating 150 years with Dr. R. Travis Odie bringing the morning sermon. That's going to be set on November the 17th. So 150 years for the Glasgow Baptist Church. Brother Travis Odie, excellent minister there, who provided the sermon for that in 68. And 78, we've got Sue Romines, the chairman of the Kentucky Association of State and County Office, presented a fine lady, Ms. Mary Edna Bishop, an award for outstanding performance to the ASCS office. Ms. Bishop, a longtime employee there at the ASCS office, who made it a joy to always go to visit that office. Well, Ms. Sue Romines gave her that honor in 1978, Sam.
Two great ladies right there.
No question about it. We're blessed in that way. We have the Players of the Week in the Glasgow Daily Times from 1988. Here they are: Jonathan Lee from Glasgow, Brian Morrison from Barron County, Johnny Paul Nixon from Monroe County, and Joe Carey from Caverna. Excellent athletes, the players of the week here in November of 1988. 1998, we got some local election results here. This was the day of 1998 that Freddie Travis, Jeff Sharp, and Pam Browning won local races in Barron County. I remember that election very well. It was another one of those tight nights in election coverage, and excellent winners in that race as well from 1998. And then 2008, let's see here, we've got little sports news. 10 years ago, the Glasgow Scotties shut out Campbellsville 27-0, and Caverna ended their season 55-12 with a loss to Taylor County. That was the headline news in the Barron County Progress from 10 years ago, 2008. I kind of rushed through that because we're trying to, do some election coverage or some wrap-up of last night's coverage. We were tickled to death to have you come by last night, and we appreciate that, and we appreciate all the wonderful folks who came to visit last night. And I know, Sam, you've seen a number of elections, and you can draw some conclusions from the one we had yesterday, but I got to tell you, the voter turnout was really, really, really impressive. I know as a journalist you would certainly want to make that note for sure.
I certainly would. That's very impressive, and glad to see people exercising their privilege to vote.
That's right. And, we need to exemplify that votes do count. And we'll get back together tomorrow. I don't know what day it is. It's Wednesday, isn't it? It's Wednesday, and tomorrow we will come back in here and kind of talk about some history as it has happened, the difference that it made, and we always appreciate your input and the extra information you harbor about all this stuff, Sam. And have a good day, sir.
You too.
Okay, thanks a lot. Bye-bye. It's Sam Terry. The Archives brought to you by Amedisys Home Health and brought to you by Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Service.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather around your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
And it's going to become your favorite place to shop for home furnishings.
Barron River Consignment is booking tag sales and consignment sales daily. Call 270-629-6666 and get started.
Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance, growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local, family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky.
Hey, I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, a Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Constant coverage. The studio radar screen shows an area of showers actually north of here, but from west to east across the state of Kentucky. We're seeing them from about Hopkinsville, coming up through Munfordville, E-Town, on to the east around about Danville. Not very heavy rain, but the moisture is there. So we want to keep that in mind as we go through the morning, and we're going to have some shower activity. It's going to change temperature-wise. We're going to see some cooler air come through here. We're at 48 degrees at WCLU this morning. It is 7:07.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50+ years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Find the next great piece for your home at Barren River Consignment, where the inventory is designed to provide something for everyone. Affordable household items from mid-century to home decor, including furniture, artwork, dinnerware, glassware, and more. Each piece is cleaned and polished to ensure the highest quality to become the perfect fit for your home. Barren River Consignment also offers estate and tag sale services. Shop for style without breaking the bank. Barren River Consignment, located on L. Rogers Wells Boulevard in Glasgow.
All right, trivia time. Phillips IGA has the chance for you to win your choice of a turkey or a 10-pound pack of, that's a family pack, I might add, of ground beef. That's what we're going to do on Friday. We're going to draw a winner from somebody who wins trivia each day this week, and it's always a great place to shop. There's always bonuses coming at you from Phillips IGA, and this is one here coming up where you can choose between a turkey or 10-pound pack of ground beef. Here's the question. This is sing. I guess we could say it's sing for a turkey or sing for ground beef. I'm going to play the first line of a song, and I want you to call up at 651-9149 or 800-956-1023 and finish the chorus of this song. All right, I think I turned it up too. Let me do it again. Who can sing the rest of that chorus? 651-9149, 800-956-1023. Let me get my, I've got my lyrics printed out over here because, you know, that's one of those that you can kind of slap at it, but you got to get it right to win today. Hello, Trivia. Can you sing it?
You don't spit into the wind. You don't pull the mask off the Lone Ranger, and you don't mess around with him.
Absolutely perfect. Who is this speaking?
Edwin Marsh.
Edwin, how you doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
And you were like right on key too there, Edwin.
Thank you.
That was pretty impressive, I think. Now, what I'm going to do though is I'm going to let the late Jim Croce come in here and help you finish the answer. Even though you did a good job, you can. Huh? Okay, so anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to tell you that that is correct. You don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't spit into the wind, you don't pull the mask of the old Lone Ranger, and you don't mess around with Jim. And so what that is you have won trivia today, and we are taking your name, Edwin Marsh. We're going to put it into the basket over here. And on Friday, you could just win a great big 10-pound pack of ground beef, or you could choose a turkey. That would be a tough choice, wouldn't it, Edwin?
Oh, yeah. I think this time of year might take a turkey.
Yeah, you got a couple of days to think about it if you're the ones fortunate enough to have it drawn out of there, okay?
All right, I appreciate it.
Okay, thank you, Edwin Marsh, and appreciate you tuning in here today on WCLU's live and local morning show. And thanks for the folks at Phillips IGA. And have a good day. And remember, those rules don't tug on Superman's cape today, okay, Edwin?
I'll try not to.
Have a good day, sir. 711 WCLU, thanks to Phillips IGA.
CBS News Special Report, Campaign 2018.
The midterms are a political split decision. Dems, big winners in the House, gaining at least 26 seats to retake the majority. It means Nancy Pelosi could become Speaker again.
Today is more than about Democrats and Republicans. It's about restoring the Constitution's checks and balances.
CBS News contributor Peter Mayer.
Donald Trump can take some comfort from history. Presidents Clinton, George W. Bush, and Obama all saw the House flip to the opposing party in midterms, and each of them still went on to win second terms.
Republicans add to their majority in the Senate, gaining at least 2 seats. North Dakota's Kevin Kramer, a newcomer.
I want you to know that you've given me the honor of my life.
He beat Heidi Heitkamp. Democratic incumbent Claire McCaskill loses in Missouri.
I want you to keep that fire burning because there is justice around the corner.
CBS News Special Report. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
The Royce Radio Family. WCLU 1490 Glasgow. WCLU FM 102.3 Munfordville, Glasgow. And W276DO 103.1 Glasgow.
Now at Wendy's, any size fry, just $1. Any fry, $1 at Wendy's.
Well, folks, I got to tell you, my 2 young bucks have come a long way these last few years.
Well, Bill, we had some good training. Pettigo Lessenberry has a wealth of knowledge, and we're lucky to have a company like that backing us.
Jared, don't you mean ISU, Pettigo Lessenberry? ISU, integrity, strength, unity.
I tried to tell him, boss man.
We're just giving you a hard time, Jared. These young bucks, Jared Pursley and Daniel Bird, we're just so proud to have them. You know, the most important thing they've learned is that they want to be able to treat people right, and they work hard to find their customers the coverage they need.
We're ISU, Pettigo Lessenberry, growing with a proud community since 1902.
And still learning every day. Give one of these young bucks a call. Jared or Daniel, 651-8837. They'd be proud if you do, and so would I.
All right, Jared. It's ISU, integrity, strength, unity. All right, I got it.
A bountiful harvest is proof that hard work does pay off. Ken Davis Produce is also proof that driving just another 90 seconds past Donnelly's in Glasgow is a payoff in the quality you see and taste. And folks around here can taste the difference. Ken Davis Produce is next to the Farmers Livestock Market. They have fall items now, like pumpkins in various shapes, colors, and sizes, and mums too. It's like a farmer's market that's open every day, but Sunday, of course, 8 to 5, 6 days a week. If you like things old-fashioned way, you're gonna love Ken Davis Produce, out 68 and 80, just past the Livestock Market.
Extreme Prosthetics understands that when it comes to comfort and function, not all prosthetic devices are made the same. A properly fitted prosthesis can allow you to walk naturally without daily pain and discomfort. Extreme Prosthetics works with your physician and insurance company to help you get the comfort and function you deserve. Don't let your current discomfort and lack of mobility discourage you. Call the experts at Extreme Prosthetics today for a better, more comfortable life.
It just takes one look at the new facility at 1300 West Main Street, and you can tell the People's Bank is growing. And that's because we have great customers who know a thing or two about growth. And what they'll all tell you is, well, the best growth strategy has always been hard work. That's why when it came time for Jerry Anderson to expand his cattle operation, he trusted the growth of his herd to the People's Bank, who worked hard to find the unique solutions to fit his needs. Experience what growth can be like with the People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
For you, member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And we're back here on WCLU Local News, where our recap of election night continues, and we'll get into some of the county races now as Henry Royce joins me this morning. And we had a new PVA elected last night in Kim Shipley. Brad Bailey held that office for 16 years. And starting next year, of course, that vote was very, very close, as everyone expected. 198 votes separated the two candidates. You had Kim Powell Shipley getting 7,628 votes to Brad Bailey's 7,430 votes. We talked with Kim Shipley. Joe Myers did last night. Let's hear those comments.
Here we go. We're going to take it in order right here.
All right. We've got Kim Shipley, the new PVA. Kim, how does that sound?
It sounds fabulous. It's been a long, great year, and I said I want to thank my Lord and Savior first for peace and guidance this whole time, and my husband who has pushed me and helped me every step of the way, my family, friends, and all the fabulous voters of Barron County. So I'm very excited to get to work for all the citizens and do absolutely the best job I can.
Why was this something you wanted to do, Kim?
It's something I've looked forward to for a long time. I've been in real estate, and there's parts I loved and parts I didn't, but the numbers, my finance degree, all that's just the parts that I love, and the details are important. They're important to every student in Barron County, to every resident in Barron County, and I wanted to make sure the details were accurate.
Anybody you want to thank?
Just everybody that voted, and just the whole process. It's been fabulous.
That's Kim Shipley. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All right, and that was Kim Shipley again, your new Barron County PVA. Of course, Brad Bailey's been a professional, very true professional in the way he's done his job for 16 years, and he will be missed. But a lot of folks were happy to see Kim Shipley, a well-liked person who's been around here for a long time, her family well-known as well.
Yep.
So a good race right there. Two really good candidates, as we've said for the last 3 weeks. We've had really good candidates running.
Yes, indeed.
Michael Hale will remain your Barron County Judge Executive. Another very close race, a countywide race where 484 votes was the difference. Michael Hale was the winner with 7,839 votes. Gary Tillman, the Republican challenger, with 7,355 votes. Again, a very close race, and we spoke with Michael Hill after the election results came in, and he had a lot to say.
Yes.
Let's go to that now.
Okay. All right. Very good, Kim. Thank you all for coming by. Matt, thanks for coming by. Now, Michael Hale has been very patient. And, Michael, let's see. What is this entourage called here that has followed you through here?
These are the folks that basically helped put me back in office.
Okay.
So, and they deserve a lot of the credit, along with the 7,839 that voted for me. So, I'm excited. I'm excited to go for a second term, and we've laid a lot of groundwork in the first term to make big things happen. And, of course, you can't make things happen overnight by flipping a switch, but I'm excited. I'm ready to roll.
Michael, this is going to be your second term here. I mean, as you said, there have been some challenges in your first 4 years. You guys have handled them very well. How do you think the first 4 have prepared you for the next term?
Well, Joe, when you go into something as big as county government and you have no money, that's a big eye-opener, and I'm not sure why that hasn't been transparent, and I tried to make that as transparent as I could. Now, there's a lot of naysayers saying, well, how can you do this and how can you do that? Well, the auditors of the state of Kentucky, they don't lie. They don't lie, and they're honest with you. When they told me that it would take 5 years to get this county back where it should be, and we done it in 3. So challenge me. I want you to challenge me, and we'll do it. But we've done it as a team, and I am proud of the team that we have in county government.
What's it mean to have all these folks backing you right here, Michael?
Well, first off, you have to have your family to back you. And if you don't have your family to back you, don't try to run for an office, period. But I have my family, my wife, my daughter, my son, my mother, my aunt, my cousins, my sisters, my mother-in-laws. And another thing that happens, your true friends step forward, and they make things happen for you. The difference in 2014 and now, I was able to campaign a lot in 2014 with not having the stress of doing the position. And people say, well, I figured you would shut your office down and just campaign. If you do that, you get behind the 8 ball, and something does not get done. And I wasn't going to let that happen because we've put a lot of work into this. And I like seeing things through.
That was Michael Hale, who will remain the Barron County Judge Executive here in Barron County.
15,000 some odd votes cast in that race as well. Great turnout.
Just over 15,000 votes. So now you have a brand new fiscal court. And just talking about the partisan side of this, in the partisan races, you basically had two Democrats that won the major races. You had Michael Hale, and then you had Catherine Thomas. The rest of the winners were Republican, and a very Republican fiscal court is what we're going to see for the next 4 years. In the 1st District, you have Jeff Botts, who will be the winner. He defeated Scotty Mitchell by 1,016 votes to 769 votes. We'll hear his conversation with Joe Myers now.
Your winner of the 1st District magisterial race here in Barron County, Jeff, big night.
Yes, it is. I really appreciate all the voters coming out. I'm going to work down this list here. I'm a little nervous. This is the journey that I'm journeying in. It's actually, I want to say, it's just a call, and some people were questioning, why are you doing this? Well, I didn't really answer it at the time, but I can say now it's just been a calling of God for me to do this. I've been running from it for about 10 years and using every kind of excuse, but it is a calling, and I want to thank my wife. She's my campaign manager, and the paperwork you have to do, it's a nightmare. So I thank her for that. I thank my mom, my dad, my daughter-in-law, my brother John and Jimmy for helping me out. A guy that works with me, Landon Stevens, helped me on some of my props on my signs. I want to thank the voters of each party for just trusting me and voting for me. I know they had to maybe waver, and I really appreciate that. I'm going to work hard. Most of the people know.
That was Jeff Botts, the 1st District Magistrate. Of course, John Benefield opted not to run for the office again. Of course, those two individuals are friends. They sort of gave each other both a fair shot at that. And congratulations to Scotty Mitchell for running a very good race there.
Yes.
That was one that a lot of people paid attention to. Then you have a big race in District 4 where you have two really well-known guys, in Tim Coomer and Trevor Phillips. Ultimately, it was Trevor Phillips who was defeated by, he had 1,046 votes to Tim Coomer's 1,474 votes. We'll start with Trevor's comments, who talks about the journey that was his campaign.
Here, and Trevor, I know, again, not the outcome you're looking for in your magistrate's race, but tell me why you wanted to run for this.
Well, I have a passion for the people of Barron County. I want to see what's best. I think that we have a lot of things going forward, and I run on being dedicated, determined, and driven, and that's something that's important to me. I hope that we can continue being aggressive and doing great things here in Barron County. But first of all, Joe, I want to thank the Lord for his guidance. Without him, you can do nothing. And I want to thank my wife. She has supported me through this a lot. The campaign trail is hard for anyone, and all of us as Barron County citizens should be very proud of all the candidates on the ballot, because it's a hard-fought race for everyone. The ballot this time had wonderful names on it, which is why we've seen such a great turnout today.
That's Trevor Phillips, who was narrowly defeated in the 4th District Magistrate race. You have Republican Tim Coomer winning that race, and here are his comments from last night.
Coomer here is he has won the magistrate's race in the 4th District. Tim, big night for you. How you feeling right now?
Well, feeling really excited. First of all, I want to just thank all the voters in District 4 that supported me. I really enjoyed my campaign, getting out and talking to a lot of people and actually meeting people that I hadn't met before, which was hard for me to believe as long as I've been around here. Also, I'd like to thank my opponent for running a good, clean race. We had a good time. We aggravated each other a lot, but always it was meant well. Just hope, I want all the voters to know that I want to make them proud. And nobody's going to try any harder than I will, I promise that.
I believe it was your first political campaign. What did you enjoy most about getting out and seeing folks?
Well, mostly it's going places. I thought I knew Barron County pretty well, and even the 4th District, but I'm not going to lie, I was on a couple roads that I didn't know existed. And I drove a school bus for 20 years, so that's pretty sad, I guess. They were some dead-end roads, but I found some places I didn't know existed. And people, actually, I had a lady said she'd lived there for 33 years, and I was the first politician to ever be back there. So that was quite an honor.
That's Tim Coomer, and again, that just goes to show you that race right there, you have got to work it.
Yes, you do.
And District 4, of course, as Trevor noted in his comments, it's the biggest district in the Barron County as far as the area you have to cover. You got to cover the city, you got to cover the county, a lot of roads, and as Tim saw, a lot of roads that didn't know were there.
Yeah.
And then we had another winner who was also Republican, and that's Mark Bowman. Mark Bowman wins in District 5, and of course Mark Bowman, his brother was a magistrate, his father was a magistrate, and now he will become a magistrate in 2019. He spoke with Joe Myers last night.
Mark Bowman with us, Henry, the winner of the 5th District magisterial race. Congratulations, Mark. How you feeling?
Feeling great, it's been a long race, but first of all, I'd like to thank God and thank my family and each and every voter that went to the polls and voted for me today. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much.
Why did you want to be a member of the fiscal court, Mark?
Well, I think I've reached that time in my life that it's time for me to get back to the community, and I want to be a servant and be a voice for District 5.
Had a lot of folks helping you, I guess, in your campaign, didn't you?
Oh, family number one, and I had a lot of friends that were pulling for me, and I just appreciate all the efforts that everyone put forth and the encouragement that they gave me.
Congratulations, Mark.
Thank you.
Mark Bowman, who is the 5th District Magistrate for the next term. Now, in the 2nd District, you had Democrat Trent Riddle, who won against Bobby Burgess. That one looked really close for a long time last night. And as a matter of fact, at one point, incumbent Trent Riddle was down. Carl Dickerson retains his seat as a Republican magistrate on the Barron County Fiscal Court in District 3, who defeated a well-known guy, well-known educator, a guy who ran for county judge not too long ago, Mr. Bud Terry. And in District 7, Democrat Billy Houchins defeats Samantha Saltzman in that race. And have we heard an official thing from District 6? Because basically, by our numbers, we double-checked them, triple-checked them. It's a 1-point margin of victory for someone.
And that's where we are. Last night, late, the folks at the county clerk's office, who are always fabulous to work with and very patient with us, and they had the task of triple checking all of those numbers, but we're talking about the race between incumbent Charles Allen and Mr. Kenneth Sarton. And our numbers that we had that were taken at the polls, the way that we added them up and put them together, Kenneth Sarton won by 1 vote over incumbent Charles Allen. Now, that's pretty close just to say, oh well, and then, call it a night. And I know that the folks at the clerk's office are going to be triple checking those numbers, and quite honestly, they're not up there yet this morning. I don't know how late they stayed to check that, but we've got to go with what we have, because we have triple checked our numbers, and it's a 1-vote victory for Kenneth Sarton in the 6th District. Again, folks,
haven't covered a lot of fiscal court meetings over the last 10 years or so. Partisanship really doesn't play a big factor in those meetings. But just to look at the landscape of Barron County for just a second, you basically what you have in District 1, Republican, District 2, Democrat, District 3, Republican, District 4, Republican, District 5, Republican, District 6, probably Republican if it turns out that Kenneth Sarton wins, and Billy Houchins is the Democrat in the 7th District. So 5 Republicans, 2 Democrats, and a Democrat county judge executive and a Democrat county attorney. That's the way fiscal court will look like for the next 4 years, just to kind of give folks an idea of the way voters are voting. And again, that's not really a very partisan sort of landscape in politics in fiscal court.
But it is a good observation. We've got both parties represented. We should be able to get together and get some things going.
Yes, sir. Now, we will pause for just a moment. When we come back, we're going to look at the remainder of the county races as well as the family court judge race, and that will wrap up our coverage of the recap of election night from last night. We're back here in just a moment here on Good Morning Live.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And As always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather round your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local healthcare provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
It happens. Call 270-282-0766 and leave it to us, BG Tires. And remember, $10 off all alignments through December the 1st.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Back here on WCLU Local News as we recap the 2018 general election from our results last night. We're going over some interviews that we had with some of the candidates here in our WCLU studios. A big crowd last night.
Yes, it was. We enjoy having folks come by and we talk about things, and we have winners that are here, and we have losers that are here. Folks who lost, who learned that they lost by being here. It's an atmosphere of seriousness. But once again, it kind of shows the kind of folks that we have here wanting to be leaders.
Had people in the audience, saying this is the most people I've seen at a WCLU election before.
Could have been, we'd
look at the turnout though.
Yeah,
I mean, it's very consistent with the turnout of voters.
Mm-hmm.
And I do want to say, we don't have comments from all of the candidates. It's not a rule that you have to come to WCLU to get interviewed after the election. It's just a lot of those candidates just they've looked forward to it, their whole life, and Micah Wood is one of those who has been looking forward to this for her whole life. We'll get to her race here in just a moment, but suffering a loss in an election is not easy.
Right.
And a lot of times you just want to be with your family. You're not ready to be in the public eye after something like that and putting a whole year's worth of work into it. So,
that's right.
Well, nothing bad to say about anybody. All really fine candidates. But let's go to the county clerk's race, okay?
Okay.
You have Joanne London, who is retiring, who's done a fabulous job. She's retiring, and she's serving out her term. This has not happened in Barron County for, I don't know. This would be a Sam Terry Henry Royce question, but probably 50 or 60 years.
It's been a long time. If we go back to
I know Pam Browning's dad.
Yes, sir.
Mr.
Wilmer Hodges.
He appointed his successor. She appointed her successor. They were both successful in their elections.
Right.
This is the first time that you have somebody who's not appointed who wins an election outright, and you have Helena Birdwell winning that election. Again, that race stays with the Republican Party, and it has been in the Republican Party's hands for many, many, many years.
Yes.
And but Sherry Jones, I thought, out of all of the politicians, all the people that running the race, I thought she was absolutely the most composed politician, and I think it's because of her amount of experience that she had, and I think she was comfortable in her own skin. I was very impressed with Sherry, and she spoke with Joe Myers last night. I'd like to play a portion of that now.
Okay.
It's not going to turn out the way you wanted it to for county court clerk, but appreciate you coming in and talking with us anyway. What are you feeling right now?
Well, of course, it's not the results that we hope for, Joe, but it's been a good race. Number one, I thank God for sustaining me through this race because it's not easy to run a race. But congratulations to Helena. I wish the best for her. And it has been a good race. As I've said through the campaign, we were both applying for the same job, asked people to look at the resumes. I've enjoyed meeting and reacquainting with people across this county, and it's been a great experience, Joe.
I mean, and what I like most about it is you and Helena have run such a good race. It's been very amiable. You guys have just been great.
Absolutely. That's the way I promised her, and she promised me from the get-go, and I believe we both fulfilled it to that end.
Thanks, Sherry.
Words right there from Sherry Jones, and of course her opponent in that race was Helena Birdwell. Helena with 8,529 votes. Sherry Jones with 6,489 votes, and Helena, along with her husband and son Jackson, were in the building last night as well to talk about the win. Here's Helena with Joe Myers.
Have Helena Birdwell with us, and Helena, boy, big win for you tonight.
Yes, Joe, we're just so excited, and I'm just so grateful for our supporters. You know, I said this the whole time. I couldn't, you know, we won the primary, but I couldn't have done it without my voters, and I'm so grateful. And you all stayed with me, and here tonight, I just a lot of prayer. Just so grateful.
You've been in the political realm for a while, but this is your first race, Helena. What was it like for you?
Well, speechless, which is hard for me to be. I told a lot of people, you know, working for Congressman Brett Guthrie is such an honor, but I never had to worry about Congressman Guthrie winning. He's just so loved, and I've watched him, how he takes care of his constituents, and just how he works with everyone across party lines to do what's best for everybody, for America, for Kentucky. And tonight, Congressman Guthrie drove up from Bowling Green, and he was there at the house with us as we watched a lot of the numbers come in, and it was just such an honor to have him there. And
Again, those are part of the comments from Helena Birdwell last night. She will be your new Barron County clerk.
Yes.
And again, that office stays with the Republican Party.
Yes.
The next race was a race that took place in both Barron and Metcalfe counties, and that is the family court judge race. Earlier, Judge Mitchell Nance, the Honorable Judge Mitchell Nance, went into retirement, and a committee was appointed, and they appointed a judge, and that judge was Tracy Peppers, who has done a fine job. I think there's nobody that would say she has not done a really good job. But I think in this race what you have is you have a candidate in Micah Wood Pence who ran as strong as anybody has run an election that I can remember in the last 15 years.
Yes.
Micah Wood Pence, it's hard for me to call her Pence because we grew up together.
Yeah.
But she's ready for this, and she looks forward to the day when it's her and I doing the election results, and you know, after you and Bobby are, you know, doing other things. She has a big family, Democratic family, and I'm going to play some of those comments from Micah Wood Pence last night, and I'll go over the numbers for you in both Barron and Metcalfe counties after we hear these words from Micah.
New family court judge. What's it feel like?
I think I'm still in shock a little bit. I mean, it's such an honor. I'm so humbled by all the support that I've been shown in Barron and Metcalfe counties. I've got a huge support crew with me tonight. I've had people working all over both counties, and we didn't stop until the polls closed tonight. And I'm just absolutely humbled by all the support they've shown. I've had a great group of girls that I actually got to coach in softball this summer that were standing out before school this morning holding signs, and they're here with me. And, of course, my husband has been amazing. We've had a hard time juggling a 2-year-old and a campaign, but my family is absolutely incredible, and I've got an incredible support system, and that's what I hope to be able to provide to every child in this community.
When you have this many people helping you, Michael, it's got to be a little bit overwhelming.
It is. And especially when we didn't have a campaign manager. You know, we did this all ourselves, and we've, you know, never ran a campaign before. So, but my family's huge, and so it's always been overwhelming when any of us try to do anything. There are always way more Chiefs than Indians. But it's humbling, is what it is, and I'm just absolutely humbled to have this much support, and that this many people in Barron and Metcalfe have faith in me to be able to do such a difficult job, and it's just an absolute honor.
It is a difficult job. What made you want this job?
I really just felt like this was the path that God was leading me to. When I started practicing law, I found myself able to relate to children, and not everybody has that skill to be able to pry the difficult information out of kids, and I realized that was a skill I did have. Micah
Wood Pence will be your new family court judge, and She will do a fabulous job. The numbers in that race from Barron County, you had 9,406 votes for Micah Wood Pence. Metcalfe County, she got 2,681 votes. Tracy Peppers had 4,006 votes in Barron County, 1,081 votes in Metcalfe County. The total was 12,087 to 5,087, a 7,000 vote victory for Micah Wood Pence. Micah Wood Pence is someone who is going to be politically relevant in these parts for as long as she wants to be. And so congratulations to both candidates who that was a very, very just classy race.
It was indeed. And you've got you know, there's a lot of different elements to that race. We had Tracy Peppers, who had to jump in with both feet and perform the job. So she became very quickly an incumbent. But the price of that is having to get in there and get the job going pronto. And so that was a hard...
This is not a partisan race.
Right.
Not a partisan race, nor should it be, because we see what can happen when partisan politics become a part of this.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen what can happen in the national media.
Mm-hmm.
I think what I saw personally just driving throughout the community, signs do not win elections, but here's what they do indicate. When you have people who have 4 or 5 signs for Republican candidates and Micah Wood Pence, that's what you're going up against, even though you are appointed as the judge.
Right.
Tracy was up against a big opponent in Micah Wood Pence. So hats off to both of those. That wraps up my coverage and recap for the election results last night. And, of course, there was other races that we covered.
Yes.
But those are the main ones that we needed to get with. And, again, just want to thank Nellie Pickett first and foremost. You know,
she's the one that makes it happen.
We had a great operation last night. Yeah. Folks, they watch and they see what we're doing. We're using poster boards and markers, and we'll continue to do that. It absolutely is. It creates for excitement, and it allows us to double check the numbers.
Right.
And you can just feel the intensity going on in the room. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So that's what I have, Dad. We'll skip forward and give birthday shout-outs here.
Yeah, that's right. I've got some birthdays called in, and we'll do that in just a moment right here. But thanks again. Thanks, and you did a great job last night getting us all on the air and everything. It just was a team effort and a big victory, okay?
All right.
Thank you a bunch.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance. Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50+ years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
And unleash some merry of your own this holiday. Restrictions apply. Visit Bluegrass Cellular or shop online. Bluegrass Cellular, your community, expanded.
48 degrees WCLU. Ralphie's Fun Center says, regardless of what you're involved in, you got to make time for fun. And Ralphie's Fun Center has that task ready for you. Just sit down and say, here's what we need to do for this birthday party. Here's what we need to do for this retirement reception for somebody here at work. We'll get it done. Ralphie's will make sure of it. And I've got birthdays to tell you about. Let me find the music here. It's over here somewhere. We want to be sure and make it official when we tell you about a grandmama who called up to wish a grandchild a very happy birthday today. It's Danielle Pettigo. Danielle is 4 today. Want to wish Danielle Pettigo a happy 4th birthday. It is James Duff. Betty McCoy. Betty's 77 today. Tiffany Armstrong is 30. We have Anita Scott, Chloe Clark, Ed Bartley. It's Nan Dearman and her husband Bill Dearman celebrating birthdays today. It's also Shirley Ross, Gary Taylor, Ryan Jones, Heather Baroob, Janice Masden, Sally Elms, Sheila Logan, and Mason Dunbar. Anniversaries for Rick and Beverly Harbison, Larry, and Donna Williams. And don't forget, today we were patting on the back by special request, Dr. Gary Hogan's Dr. Gary Hogan Day here on the radio. Now, Dr. Hogan had a birthday on the 24th of October, and he was requested to be good as gold, and we had a little bit of a traffic jam in getting him on, but we got him today, and I really like what the person who submitted Dr. Hogan's name had to say here in the nomination form. It is his birthday. He has never been honored for all the good that he has done. So why don't we pat him on the back and tell him he's good as gold from his friends here at WCLU and a little taste of Texas. You seem like you want to tell me something.
Shane Fant has a birthday.
Shane.
His Aunt Kay called that in. Want to make sure he has a very special birthday today.
Okay, Shane Fant. We'll get Shane on there. All right, thank you, sir, for adding that in there. Okay. And somebody's going to win a birthday cake from Dairy Queen off of this list today, and somebody also is going to win a beautiful rose from Greer's Florist, so let's get ready to roll with that here on WCLU. 747, birthday is brought to you by Ralphie's Fun Center. I think we'll go back to K&N for a moment and plug in some numbers from the statewide races.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Jaleesa Chapman. Representative Andy Barr has defeated Amy McGrath in one of the nation's closest watched races. After voting, Barr tells WKYT,
Amy McGrath and I differed emphatically on almost every issue, but I never questioned her sincerity.
The Republican incumbent defeated the former Marine fighter pilot with about 51% of the vote. Election officials in Owensboro say a voting issue was fixed. Voters at one polling location were given the wrong ballots Tuesday during the midterm election. Officials say the issue only impacted a few voters and the problem was fixed quickly. The Kentucky clerk who went to jail in 2015 for refusing to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples lost her bid for a second term Tuesday night. Kim Davis, the Republican incumbent, was defeated by Democrat Elwood Cottle Jr. in the election for clerk of Rowan County. The National Weather Service is confirming an EF1 tornado in Adair County. The twister touched down Monday near Columbia, heavily damaging a barn. The tornado was on the ground for nearly 4 miles with the winds estimated to be between 100 and 105 miles an hour. And the second-ranked Kentucky Wildcats are trying to put a beat down behind them. They fell to Duke 118-84 in last night's Champions Classic in Indianapolis. UK head coach John Calipari says the Blue Devils were clearly the much hungrier team.
I've done this so long that, thank goodness I haven't had many of these kind of games, but I've had a few. And the most that you learn from this is they wanted it more than we wanted it.
It's Kentucky's worst loss under Calipari. I'm Jaleesa Chapman.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Do you use a debit card? Do you get paid by direct deposit or have a monthly bill set up for auto payment? Do you like the convenience of online banking and the efficiency of e-statements? If so, Citizens First Platinum Plus checking account is for you. Stop by Citizens First today to open your Platinum Plus account and start earning real interest on your money.
Qualifications must be met each statement cycle to earn premium interest rates. Required minimum opening deposit of $100. Interest earned, compounded, and paid monthly. Interest rate is subject to change. Must be a Kentucky or Tennessee resident. One account per Social Security number. Member FDIC.
Hello, I'm Kathy Murray. Did you know that some healthcare professionals still make house calls? Amedisys Home Health is a group of compassionate professionals who deliver the best care to our patients in their homes. Whether you're recovering from a surgery or recuperating from an illness, Our home health nurses, aides, and therapists can provide medication and treatment to you in your home. Ask your doctors if you qualify for home health care, or call Ametis Home Health Care at 270-651-7640.
The fall harvest season is at its best at your year-round produce market, Ken Davis & Sons Produce in Glasgow. Look at those shelves full of Michigan apples, red and golden delicious, Gala, Fuji, Mutsu, Macintosh, Jonathan, Jonna Prince, and Honey Crisps. They're all ready right now. And those much-anticipated holiday grapes have arrived too, as well as those sweet and juicy fall pears. There's still field-grown and vine-ripened tomatoes in stock, and of course, the special 3-pound bag of apples for just $1. Come enjoy apple cider, a new selection of sorghum, and of course, our popular old-fashioned candy. Going to market means going to Ken Davis & Sons Produce, located on Highway 6880, just past Wright Implement, and next to Farmers Livestock Market, open Monday through Saturday, 8 till 5. Enjoy fall at Ken Davis Produce.
You can enjoy fall, and it's going to get a little more like fall around here, as we do have Ray Stajic to talk about the way things are shaping up weather-wise. Maybe cooler weather and maybe a flurry or two here over the next couple of days.
Some showers scattered around today, mostly first half of the day, cloudy this afternoon, 52. Tonight, some passing clouds down to a colder 35. Tomorrow, partly to mostly cloudy, 55. Then our next stronger system approaches as we head on through tomorrow night. Showers in the evening, evolving into a more steady rain as we go through the overnight hours, 40 degrees. Friday, cloudy with rain in the morning and highs in the upper 40s. Then the colder air spills in for Saturday, a few clouds, highs low 40s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic. A Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
You'll fall in love with everything at the Empty Nest. Spice up your fall decor with something new. Signs, pictures, garden flags, and more. Make the Empty Nest your first stop for wedding and baby gifts, birthday, or any occasion. Check out the new vests, scarves, toboggans, and gloves. Yeah, it's about that time. Speaking of, join the Empty Nest for their Christmas open house. 3 days of holly jolly, November 8th, 9th, and 10th. You'll find the Empty Nest is not so empty inside Pharmacy Express on the corner of the Bypass and Cleveland Avenue in Glasgow.
Hello, I'm Anthony Myatt. Thanks for calling. How can I help you?
I need life insurance, but it's so complicated.
It can be. As a Modern Woodman agent, I'm trained to design the best plan for you.
Great. Thanks a lot. I'm so glad I called you.
Call me anytime at 427-6807.
Get to know your local Modern Woodman representative to plan for your financial future and learn about valuable member benefits. Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures. Securities offered through MWA Financial Services, Inc., a wholly owned subsidiary of Modern Woodman of America.
All right, we're at 7:53 WCLU, 48 degrees, our present temperature. Let's get caught up on some of the other things that are coming up here in our community. On Saturday, there's going to be a benefit for Mr. Adam Isbell. This is going to be from 10 until 10 on Saturday down at Soki Pest Control, which is the former location of Scrapbook Village at 4108 Scottsville Road. Going to be live music, great food, a silent auction, and raffles with every penny raised going to the funeral expenses for Adam Isbell. If you want to ask some more questions about it, call 473-9327. That's 473-9327. Also want to remind you about the, let's see, where is it? The Mary Weldon Library's Read for a Wreath event, designed to strengthen community ties, encourage the community to read, and promote literacy. You can pick up a wreath and an application for your business or organization. You have only until November the 16th to do so. This year there's an overall theme of Songs of Christmas. Decorate your wreath according to the theme. However, you may still represent your organization with some element on the wreath. Got questions about that? It's kind of a neat idea. 651-2824. That's 651-2824 for more information.
Good morning, friends. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him might not perish but have everlasting life. John 3:16. I suspect that anyone who claims any connection with Christianity at all would know and applaud this verse. While it is a very comforting thought concerning the love of God for all mankind, it must be remembered that Psalms 7:11 says, says, God is a righteous judge who is angry with the wicked every day. So then, while God wishes all people to come to life eternal and does not wish any to perish, and as he has provided a way for all men to do this by the blood sacrifice of Jesus and the belief in him as risen Lord, it must also be remembered that to reject the words and person of Jesus, or to reject the words of the apostles as revealed within the Bible, is to reject God and thereby be self-condemned. God has offered mankind a way to be delivered from himself. This is necessary because, as Jeremiah points out correctly, the way of man is not in himself. It's not in a man that walks to direct his own steps. So the total, complete, and necessary solution to the problems of society and mankind is the following of Jesus and the declaration of him as the only way, the only truth, and the only life. All else is doomed. Choose well, for your eternity depends upon Jesus.
Don't judge a book by its cover, and don't judge a building by its color. Barren River Consignment knows yellow and green may be an unusual exterior color for their building, but they don't mind, because what's inside is so unusual too. Barren River Consignment searches the entire area to find unique consigners and the best quality merchandise for our customers. Buying from estate sales, we have been able to fill the building with a wide selection of furniture, artwork, glassware, and a surprising number of one-of-a-kind pieces. Barren River Consignment cleans and polishes each piece so that it's ready for your home today. Come see the style. Come see the selection. And proudly say you got it from the green and yellow building behind Pizza Hut in the Glasgow Southgate Plaza. It's Barren River Consignment, and it's going to become your favorite place to shop for home furnishings.
Barren River Consignment is booking tag sales and consignment sales daily. Call 270-629-6666 and get started.
Kenny's Farmhouse Cheese is offering you an opportunity to give the gift of home this weekend at their annual Christmas open house. You don't just shop, you get to take a tour of the facility where the world-famous cheese is made. Kenny's Farmhouse Cheese is located in Austin, Kentucky at 2033 Thomerson Park Road, where the Christmas open house will take place this Friday and Saturday, 10 until 4 each day. Sample gourmet cheeses and purchase ready-made gift selections of Kenny's Farmhouse Cheese. Give the gift of home this Christmas. Christmas open house is this weekend at Kenny's Farmhouse Cheese.
You don't have to know the mechanics of how your car works. You just have to know mechanics who do. That's the story of Haywood Sales and Service. From a small engine repair center, Haywood Sales and Service has blossomed into a popular place for trusted vehicle service and repairs with ASE certified mechanics. They're your source for Cooper and Mastercraft tires for any vehicle. Pros who provide dependable service. Pros who won't overcharge you and who want your business. That's Haywood Sales and Service on Finney Road at Haywood. Discuss your needs at 270-814-1068. The fall harvest season is at its best at your year-round produce market, Ken Davis & Sons Produce in Glasgow. Look at those shelves full of Michigan apples, red and golden delicious, Gala, Fuji, Mutsu, McIntosh, Jonathan, Jonna Prince, and Honey Crisps. They're all ready right now. And those much-anticipated holiday grapes have arrived too, as well as those sweet and juicy fall pears. There's still field-grown and vine-ripened tomatoes in stock, and of course, the special 3-pound bag of apples for just $1. Come enjoy apple cider, a new selection of sorghum, and of course, our popular old-fashioned candy. Going to market means going to Ken Davis & Sons Produce, located on Highway 6880, just past Wright Implement, and next to Farmers Livestock Market, open Monday through Saturday, 8 till 5. Enjoy fall at Ken Davis Produce.
Well, coming up, the live and local 8 o'clock morning edition is coming your way straight ahead. Thanks for joining us and letting us kind of wrap up yesterday's election returns, election coverage, the voting, and thank you so much for making a big difference in a very large turnout of voters yesterday. We'll have the 8 o'clock morning edition, look at some of the national races, and a lot more local information for you here on your home for local, WCLU. It's 48 degrees.
Cinema.
Local radio service of Royce Radio Incorporated. This is WCLU Glasgow, WCLU FM Munfordville, Glasgow.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Jennifer Wexler has a lot to be excited about this morning. She's getting a new job in Congress after beating incumbent Republican Barbara Comstock in Northern Virginia. Wexler is one of at least 26 new Democrats who've helped flip the House. Former and possibly future Speaker Nancy Pelosi.
Today is more than about Democrats and Republicans. It's about restoring the Constitution's checks and balances to the Trump administration.
Republicans are adding to their majority in the Senate, gaining at least 2 seats. Missouri's Josh Hawley will slide into one of them. He beat Democratic incumbent Claire McCaskill.
Thank you, Mr. President, for your leadership. Thank you for believing in Missouri. Tonight, the people of Missouri have delivered.
Democrat Heidi Heitkamp has lost her race in North Dakota.
This is Steve Futterman in Washington. A very chatty President Trump on Twitter the day after the election. Despite Republicans losing control of the House, Mr. Trump calls last night a big victory, a big win. He challenges those who he says do not give us the proper credit. Fake news, he says. And he issues a threat to the new Democrat-controlled House. If the House spends taxpayer money on investigations, Mr. Trump says, then the Senate will investigate Democrats. The president says 2 can play that game.
Democrats have picked up at least 7 governorships, including Illinois, New Mexico, and Michigan. In one high-profile race, the Democrat is refusing to concede. Georgia's Stacey Abrams trails Republican Brian Kemp by tens of thousands of votes. CBS's Mark Strassman is in Atlanta.
Georgia law requires the winning candidate to get 50% plus 1 vote at least. Otherwise, it heads to a runoff. It would be the first gubernatorial runoff in the state's history.
Republican Scott Walker also refusing to concede his bid for a 3rd term in Wisconsin, where the Democrat Tony Evers has a narrow lead. There are lots of firsts to come out of the midterms. Live for the details to CBS's Vicki Barker.
The first Muslim women in Congress, Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar. Deb Haaland and Sharice Davids are the first Native American women elected to Congress. Davids is also the first openly LGBT representative for Kansas. Ayanna Pressley becomes the first black congresswoman from the state of Massachusetts. And Colorado's Jared Polis isn't just America's first openly gay governor. He'll be the first openly gay married parent to move into a governor's mansion. Deborah?
S&P futures are up 19, Dow futures ahead 160. This is CBS News.
Are you hiring? With Indeed, you can post a job in minutes, set up screener questions, then zero in on qualified candidates in an online dashboard. Get started at Indeed.com/hire.
O'Reilly. Right now at O'Reilly Auto Parts, pick up a 5 1/4 ounce bottle of Lucas Fuel Injector Cleaner for $3.99. Clean and lubricate your fuel system while increasing miles per gallon with Lucas Fuel Injector Cleaner for $3.99 at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. Limit supply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
The holidays are coming, and the tools and the savings that come with them are already here at the Home Depot. If someone on your Christmas list would like some new tools from top brands like Milwaukee, Ryobi, DeWalt, Makita, Husky, or Rigid, make their wish come true and do it with savings that stretch your holiday shopping even further. This is how you gear up for Christmas. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing.
General Motors may be recalling more SUVs. Here's CBS's Diane King Hall.
The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is investigating if General Motors should expand its recall of sport utility vehicles because of potential windshield wiper failure. Now, in 2016, GM recalled nearly 368,000 2013 GMC Terrain and Chevy Equinox compact SUVs to fix the problem. Now there are another 1.7 million vehicles manufactured from 2010 to 2016 that are at issue. GM says it's cooperating with the review.
It was an F word that rang out across the Lone Star State. Democrat Beto O'Rourke conceding to Ted Cruz in their Senate race live on national TV, telling supporters just how proud he is of them.
All of you, showing the country how you do this. So proud of you guys.
Twitter users speculate O'Rourke's word choice is a sure sign he's running again in 2020. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Message and data rates may apply. Please do not text and drive.
Ever wonder why Europeans seem to speak so many languages? Maybe it's because they use Babbel, the #1 selling language learning app in Europe. Babbel's award-winning technology gets you speaking right away, whether you're learning Spanish, French, or German. And best of all, you'll remember what you've learned.
I always thought I was bad at languages, but after using Babbel, I can tell you I was just taught the wrong way.
Using Babbel's 10 to 15-minute lessons, you can be speaking confidently in your new language within weeks.
I was amazed that I could start having real-life conversations right away. It was so fast. Now I'm speaking Spanish. Woohoo!
No wonder Babbel is the #1 selling language learning app in Europe. Try it for yourself and see why Babbel is the quick way to get conversational in a new language, like Spanish, French, or more. You can try Babbel for free. Download the app or text RADIO to 484848. Text RADIO to 484848 to try Babbel for free. That's RADIO to 4.
You know you can depend on WCLU for local news on the air, online, on demand at WCLUradio.com.
For WCLU Local News, I'm Wes Royce reporting. WCLU held its election coverage last night in the WCLU downtown studios here on Main Street. And in the county judge executives race for Barron County, it is Democrat incumbent Michael Hill victorious with 7,839 votes. He defeats Gary Tillman, a Republican challenger, with 7,355 votes. In other election races, the Barron County clerk race, it was Helena Birdwell, a Republican, who has won that office with 8,529 votes. Democrat Sherry Jones received 6,484 votes. That office will remain as a Republican office. Our next race is the Glasgow City Council race. Leading vote getter was James Neal, followed by Brad Gross. Tied for third and fourth, it was Freddie Norris and Patrick Gauntz. In fifth place, it was Joe Trigg. The sixth place vote getter was Terry Bunnell. In seventh place, the Chastity Lowry received the seventh most votes. In eighth place, it was Marlon Witcher. In ninth place, your ninth place vote getter was Wendell Honeycutt, and in 10th place you had Marna Kirkpatrick. In 11th place you have Sherry Eubank, and in 12th place Gary Norman. Those not making the cut were Libby Short, Harold Carmack, Jeff Jaggers, Gary Oliver, and Greg Harris, as well as Stephen Greenwood and Corey Jones. Again, Gary Oliver and Greg Harris, who are currently on the council now, will not remain on the council. In the next race, we have the mayor of Glasgow, and incumbent mayor Dick Doty has failed to win re-election. Doty receiving 2,101 votes, and in that nonpartisan race, it is Harold Armstrong who will be your next mayor with 2,215 votes. In the Barron County Jailers race, Aaron Bennett, the Republican, will be your next Barron County jailer. He defeated current jailer Tracy Bellamy, a Democrat, by a vote tally of 8,354 to 6,641. Also, Barron County will have a new property valuation administrator. Republican Kim Shipley, with 7,628 votes, defeats Democrat incumbent Brad Bailey, who had a total of 7,430 votes. In a very close race for Barron County Attorney, Mike Richardson, a Republican, with 5,258 votes. Catherine Thomas with 5,436 votes. Catherine Thomas will be your new Barron County attorney. And in the state representative race, it is Republican incumbent Steve Riley with 10,899 votes to Democrat challenger LaToya Drake's 4,238 votes. In the family court judge race, it was Micah Wood Pence with 9,406 votes in Barron County to Tracy Pepper's 4,006 votes in Barron County. And also in Metcalfe County, Micah Wood receives 2,681 votes to Tracy Pepper's 1,081 votes. Micah Wood Pence will be your next family court judge. More local news when we continue here on WCLU.
I was currently with another prosthetic company, and I was just getting my beginner's prosthetic, and it still wasn't comfortable.
That's when Mike met William Bray with Extreme Prosthetics.
I met Mr. Bray at one of my daughter's ball games, and he'd handed me a card, and he seemed very confident and knew what he was talking about, so I decided to go see Mr. Bray just for a consultation, and just in minutes I was more confident in it, full range of motion.
Mike and many others have given great testimonials for William Bray and Extreme Prosthetics at 400 South Broadway in Glasgow, which you can check out online at comfortforamputees.com.
Yeah, I'm a rather large guy, and it takes a special prosthetic to carry my weight. In the first meeting with Mr. Bray, he realized by looking at the material they used to assemble my prosthetic that it wasn't at the weight limit to carry my weight, and had I not went to that consultation, I'd have never known that.
Professional care from someone who wears a prosthetic themselves. William Bray and Extreme Prosthetics.
If you're just not confident with it, I'd say go see Mr. Bray.
Call 629-5347.
Do you wake up every day feeling like you've been in a wrestling match? It could be your opponent is your mattress. Glasgow Mattress Outlet has helped a lot of folks win the battle for a great night's sleep by having a large showroom full of great choices for your home. Competitive pricing with remote beds starting at $235, and they have the memory foam mattresses for any size bed. Buying the right mattress to fit your need isn't complicated. Just stop in at Glasgow Mattress Outlet and see how easy they make it. They even have comfortable and affordable sheets. Any size 6-piece sheet set is just $22.65. Wow! Remember, Glasgow Mattress Outlet is stocking pocket knives for Christmas too. Find out what Glasgow Mattress Outlet customers already know. A better night means a happier life. Get started at 629 West Main, open Monday through Friday 9 to 5:30 and Saturday till 4:30.
Insurance is all about